A seasonal business also triggers a seasonal advertising, and today I wanna talk about that, what you can expect every month of the year. Hello and welcome back here on the Flying Channel. Behind me you can see a snapshot of our US Amazon advertising account, and we talk about the main one, the biggest one. This is the US one, and also our second main marketplace, and this is Germany because we are German. And this is probably very interesting for everybody who makes advertising on different marketplaces, because we try this year the transition from our main market Germany to the biggest market, and hopefully our main market, I mean it is already the US one. I want that you concentrate especially on the numbers here. This is the yearly graph. I also have the all-time graph I will show you. I also added up here all the campaigns. Some are paused, some are delivered. This means could be an event, for example, or also that this campaign or these designs were then moved to another campaign. So of course you can check this out. But this is not the 100% truth probably, and this is why I want to concentrate on the big sales data, the overall graph, and not single campaigns that I say, hey, this was especially a very good campaign and this campaign didn't work out, because without too much context, without designs, without the history of the whole campaign, it's hard to give any value to that. But of course, when you see all in bulk compared, I think it gives some value. And when you see this here, to be honest, I'm a little bit sad because this graph looks very straightforward, even it isn't. For example, you can see here in February, I mean, we had impressions from around, I would say, 750,000, and when you see, for example, the July, then we are probably close to 1.2 1.3 million. So this is a big difference, and also from the sales numbers, here we are around 200, here we are clearly above 300. It looks very straightforward, but it isn't. And I mean, you can see here over the year that it is quite steady. It is a little bit going up. March was especially a very good month. There were events, for example, St. Patrick's Day, and of course these are special days, these special niches that trend in a certain month. But in general, I would say steady uptrend, and I mean, this is the goal. We have an ad spend, and we have this every month. This is our limit, and then we focus on our marketplace set, in our case in 2024 the US one, and I can also show you the German one, because here it is the exact same way around. So it means we started strong in January and February. I think Valentine's Day and also Carnival season is here, and then you see it's seems also quite steady. But in July and August, of course, August still is a week to go or 8 days to go, a little bit weaker. And when I jump between these two, I mean, it's especially the opposite, especially what we want to do. The transition from Germany to the US market has several reasons. For example, the royalty cut that we had end of last year, especially also the price limit that we had, I think in spring this year. I'm not 100% sure anymore. But these are effects where we said in the end, okay, hey, let's concentrate more on the US one. And I think you see it here. You also can see our monthly videos that this transition can happen and is happening right now. So it is really possible to have two main markets and then focus more on one main market and keep the growth. Even the old main market gives a little bit less sales, or let's say ad sales, because organic sales of course are still coming in. And yeah, this here is the graph for the year. Of course, the important months, October, November, December, are missing, but this is also why I want to jump to the all-time chart where we have another look. You can now see behind me the lifetime chart for the US campaigns, and I can also switch to the German campaigns, and I mean you see it here. So we got our ad access in June 2021, so 3 years ago, and I mean you see it here. I think you know now where the priority was in the beginning, and of course you can also see it here that at the beginning it was a lot of testing. So here it was like a jump start for the year 2021, then we got completely down in 2022, and then you can see it here that it grew over time in 2023 and then went down again this year because of the switch to the new main marketplace, in our case to the US one. So you can see alone from this graph that there was a lot of testing, a lot of campaigns, a lot of developments, also a lot of redevelopment, you know, where we said end of the year, hey, our campaigns have maybe a little bit too much spent or simply too ineffective, and then yeah, we always went a step or two back and then started again and built something new. And on the US marketplace, you can also see it here that we had always advertising for both, and we also always cared about both marketplaces, but the development looks here really different. You see no jump start at all. You see here just some evaluating also in the beginning, then here in 2022 nearly no progress at all till the fourth quarter in 2022, and 2023 in general much stronger, and of course much more advertising, much more ad spend, much more orders. With our big Halloween event, our Christmas is always in October because we have a pretty nice design for Halloween over all the years. And you can see also this constant growth in 2024. I mean, you can see it basically here. We have more orders and also higher impressions in July 2024 than in December 2023. So I think this explains it all. And basically the whole year 2024 is above the level or near the level of last year's Christmas. And I think you see here it is slow but is steady going up, and instead the German marketplace looks more like chaos with a lot of testing, with a lot of development and turning it back on, turning it back off. I see here 7,200 orders and here 7,600 orders. So the funny thing, I didn't plan that this is very comparable. You know, you can also see it here. The ad spend is much lower. Here it is like, okay, it's euro and it's dollar, so it's not that much higher in the US, but still higher. And also from an impression side, you can see it here that it is, I mean, of course it's a difference from 4 million, but I mean, for Lifetime, for two different marketplaces, for totally different designs that are selling, I have to say this is quite comparable. And what should you learn from that? I mean, it should tell you that you probably can always go your own way. You know, we have also an advertising video which mistakes you should not do in the beginning, or how you should start, how you should organize your campaigns, and of course you can follow that, but you can see it here that many different strategies work. You can really start slow and grow over time. You can really evaluate a much and then adjust like you want it. So there is not that big of a deal, you know. In general, I would say, hey, this looks much more chaotic than this graph, but in the end this was probably more profitable when you see the ad spend, when you see the orders compared to the US one, you know. So there is not this magic strategy. Yeah, and this is what you probably should take from this video, that you can do it the way that you like, that you think it is best. Of course, still work with your data and evaluate, because trying one day this and the other day that without thinking about it, I can tell you this is not a good strategy. So probably this is something you shouldn't do. And when we have a view in the future, we will see, or we will try that the US market still grows and grows bigger. I think we are on a solid way here. And on the German one, I think we maybe make a little bit less or not enough advertising, let's say it like that, and probably we should turn it up, especially because October, November, December, so Christmas time is coming up. And I mean, there was a lot of explanation here, there was a lot of comparison. Of course, for the whole year or for a lifetime date range, I can't give now any tips that in the first you should do like this, in the second this, in the third this, you know. It's it's hard to give here any tips, especially because you see how individual a graph can look. I hope it could give you an impression how it could look like, how 3 years of advertising look in a console, and that you still see that also after all these years it's still on development and always something new is coming up, especially in merch, because alone that we could have all the time different markets and different products that could change everything from one day to the other. I hope you have now some insights how advertising can perform over the year, and of course also all time. Of course, this is not settled in stone what you see here, and this is also a question I ask you. If you experience something totally different, then please let me know, and also the others down in the comments. And it also would be great to know why you think this happens, why you see something so different. Of course, you don't have to tell your niche, or you don't have to show your designs, but maybe some extra effects, some special seller that makes the result for you different than here in the video. Apart from that, when you have questions, of course, you can also write it down in the comments. Otherwise, it would be great if you can leave a like and also subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any videos in the future. I'm out for today, and I'll see you next time. Till then, bye.